Hey, welcome back. At this point, we've covered a lot of ground. We're getting into the topics that like real musicians need to think about a lot, and things that we should be practicing every day, right? This isn't just a learn it one page and then you're done with it. Like you have to do it now, right, to get good at it. So at this point, I'm kind of just developing, not only am I introducing concepts to you, but I'm also showing you how you would practice these in a practical kind of sense. Practical practice. It's practical to practice. It's a good idea. Let us practice. Here are 6 major triads with their inversions and 6 minors with their inversions as well. So something to note, just because a key signature changes doesn't mean you'll need every sharp or flat added. It really depends on the song. All you really need to do is flat the 3 to make minor turn to major, right? So just get the major chord right, get the inversions right, and then make it minor. It's pretty simple, changing one note. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the inversions in the split chord video, but let's just go over them again. You're going to play your arpeggio and then hit the chord. Excuse me. You're going to go right to the inversion, so you're going to take the bottom note and put it on the top. You're going to go to the middle note, put that on the top. And then finally, back to root. If you're really crushing, this is how it would sound. Right after that, so I'm just highlighting to show you how the colors flip, right? You're just using the same 3 chords, 3 notes, and 3 chords, and you're just going to invert them, right? Right after that, the key will change, but you don't have to change very much. You're just going to take your major chord and make it minor and do the same thing. At this point, it's okay to use more than just the 1, 3, and 5 finger. You can use any finger you want to make it comfy, right? Don't make it harder, make it easier. I see a lot of people just find the goofiest fingerings for chords. If this is 1, 3, 5, my 2 is already there, guys. Why not use that, right? If this is 1, 3, 5, my 2 is right there, right? But get good at these and you'll start to sound like John Williams in the Cantina, right? It's based on inversions. John also wrote Harry Potter, so you also see some of those shapes. Right, da da, E minor, E minor. Still working on that. I don't have it locked in yet. Just for example, this is how it should go. And you're at the end of the book, guys, so hopefully you're like feeling a little more upper level at this point. We're going to just go through the audio and practice it. You're going to pause anywhere you're not sure and then just rewind and try to play through again at the whole thing. So why do I add the extra chord hit? 1, it reinforces the inversion shape. It helps the arpeggio. And 2, it keeps it in time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, from there, you just go through the keys. You do G major, G minor. And I would recommend labeling all the homework first. So I designed it to help you, right? If you did the homework, you'll know what key's coming. You don't even have to think about it. It's going to be F. And then eventually I take away the help and you got to figure it out. That's it. It's just practicing inversions, guys. You should do this every day for warm-up if you're definitely on piano, but for every instrument really. And then finally label the recipe. Is this root position? What inversion is this? And what inversion is this? There's only 2 inversions, right, so far. So you have your root, your first inversion, and your second inversion. However many notes are in your chord, that's the answer. That's how many ways you can play it. Root, first, second. If there was 4 notes, there's 4 ways to play it. Root, first, second, third. And no one really talks about like a 4th inversion. At that point, you're pretty upper level if you know what you're doing on the 4th inversion. It's there. It's just it's a weird way to think about chords. All right, I'm going to give a really slow tempo, and I'll play with you to prove that it's possible, but we're going to do it, okay? Here we go. I'll put a metronome on too for you. All right, let's hit it. Ready, C. minor. G. F minor, D, D minor, B flat, D flat, or sorry, B flat, minor, A, A minor, so why do I let the audio play? No, it's not to stress you. Yeah, I want you to have a reference of what you're aiming for. That's what it should sound like. That's at 53, but because we're dealing with eighth notes, it still feels quite fast, right? And that last one was yeah, B flat, right? No, D flat. There we go. I don't know, I'm so confused on that one. Anyway, you could also take those back down. You could also, you want to improve your dexterity and your coordination. Contrary motion. Remember, contrary was really easy on the scales, right? I make all my beginners do that. But contrary arpeggios and contrary inversions can be quite interesting because right out the door, if we really start on the same note, I have root with second inversion, first inversion, root with first inversion with root, second inversion with second inversion, and then root with root inversion. So there's actually still a point where they do line up, the 2 second inversions. That's another way to think about that. Oh, I'm so dumb. Yeah, like I knew this was B. I knew this was B2 or B flat. But when it switched to minor, the key signature confused the heck out of me. And I'm like, oh, I thought I was in B flat, but yeah. B flat minor is D, the key of D flat. All right. Hopefully that helps. The next one, we have a blues song. This is going to be another challenge piece kind of before we wrap up. So get ready for that. See you in the next one.